Welcome back to the Healing Insights 70-day course. We are on day 13. That's right, we're almost 2 weeks into these 70 days. We are doing step 1, detox. Let's continue. My healing insight for today: every time you were sick, you were told you had to go to the doctor. When I read Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, I thought about this healing insight and I wondered, what does it really imply? Does it imply that if you need help, you seek out a doctor? Or is there an underlying message that you are helpless? You cannot help yourself, so you must go to the doctor every time you are sick. I understand, especially now that I have the new awareness of the concept of functional medicine. In some instances, going to the doctor may be necessary, but what are we telling our bodies? When the first thought we have is, I'm sick and the only way I'm going to feel better is if I go to the doctor. We're telling our bodies that we have no control, that we have no part in our own health, no role, and no responsibilities. We are giving up our power to heal without even knowing it. We are releasing our ability to even think of a solution to help ourselves. This false belief that we are sick, so we must go to the doctor, plays a huge role in the lack of self-care that we should give ourselves. I do remember my mom saying, you have to take care of number 1 because no one else will take care of you. But I didn't hear this until after I was overworked, stressed, and my health was declining. Where were the lessons to teach us that we are worthy of taking care of ourselves? We are valuable as human beings, and it's okay to take care of ourselves. I'm not just talking about physical needs. We do a decent job of feeding ourselves, putting ourselves to bed at night, and making sure we have showers and brushing our teeth. I'm talking about our minds, our souls, and our spirits. We were never taught to clear out those negative thoughts. We were never taught to release those emotions that were keeping us stuck. We were never taught to help our souls and our spirits feel whole, feel connected to a higher power for the purpose of taking care of ourselves. We were taught that every time we were sick, we had to go to the doctor. We also thought every time we were sick, we had to take a pill. This chain reaction of thoughts caused us to become dependent on outside resources to help us, rather than relying on our own ability to heal. This was a major obstacle for me because I relied on this process for as long as I can remember. I would say to myself, I feel sick, I need to go to the doctor so I can feel better. As soon as I went to the doctor, I did feel better. Sometimes the doctor didn't even give me anything, but just because I thought that my healing had to come from seeing the doctor, that's what I made myself believe. And my body believed it too. I could not start feeling better until after the fact that I had seen the doctor. I had to physically go to the doctor. I know that sounds trivial. Take a moment to process the action involved. You're having the thought that you are sick and you need to see the doctor so you can feel better. Then you feel that to be true. So then you take action. You get yourself up, you get yourself to the doctor, you tell your doctor what's going on, and then magically you start feeling better. But what if you could use that same process to heal yourself without going to the doctor, without needing the medications? What if you could use functional medicine and alternative treatment instead of a pill to feel better? This never even occurred to me to be an option at all. I always thought one pill is good, so more pills are better. That's what I felt to be true, and that's what I acted upon. I ended up being on 18 prescription medications a day, and they had all overlapping multiple side effects, causing me to have more symptoms than when I started. Those side effects included nausea, dizziness, constipation, irritability, aggression, fatigue, numbness, depression, and the list goes on. Even though I came from an educational background as an occupational therapy assistant, and it was my job to teach people how to be functional, how to use alternative types of treatment, and how to help them alleviate their symptoms, I was not applying it effectively to my life. Yes, I used a heat pad when my muscles were aching, but only after taking a pill, a pain medication, or a muscle relaxant. I was not doing any preventive treatment either. I remember 2 occasions so vividly where this was brought to my attention. I was doing my first round of pelvic floor therapy after I had bladder repair surgery. I had gone back to work and my sciatica was raging, not to mention my pelvic floor being in excruciating pain. I told my therapist one day, I use my ice pack when I drive to keep my sciatica from flaring up. He said, well, that's a good start, but have you ever thought of actually changing position every 30 minutes to prevent the pain altogether? He went on to explain, if you can pull over on the side of the road and stretch or walk around for a couple of minutes, that is what you really need, because then you won't have the compression on your sciatic nerve, and then you won't need the ice pack. Wow, I felt stupid. But I was grateful that he had pointed this out to me. So that's what I tried. I tried to do it especially when I traveled a long distance, which wasn't much at the time. I did have a couple of funerals to attend, and this was the greatest piece of insight at the time. Another incident I remember so clearly was when I was hoping to remove antacids from my medication list. I was still trying to help my liver heal. I told my primary physician that I was going to start cutting back on the dosage. He said, why don't you just prevent the heartburn altogether? He said, try this. Eat a big breakfast, eat a lighter lunch, and eat a small dinner. Especially with very little meat, because it is the meat that is causing the most issues. The meat is what needs more acid to be broken down. If you do this, you won't need your antacids. Wow, epiphany, right? So that's exactly what I did. And bam, it worked. I think sometimes, why didn't I get this information sooner? Why didn't I ask? Did my doctor think I didn't want to know? Doctors are used to giving out pills. I have found out that if I ask a physician or any medical provider to give me ideas for alternative treatment or natural treatments, they are very open to offering those treatments. So remember, even if you do still have the thought in your mind that when you are sick, You have to go to the doctor. Don't just think that you have to go for a pill. Maybe try asking for some alternative treatment ideas or preventative ideas instead. This will help you start detoxing your mind from old programs and detox your body from toxins of medication. The activity, soul-searching questions, and daily challenge can be found in the workbook under Day 13. The activity for today is called Fact or Fiction. Instructions. Before we move on, you can pause the video. You can print out the workbook. I have it provided for you. Or grab your notebook and pen and let's get going. Again, for the fact and fiction activity, the instructions are: list 3 beliefs you were taught about medical treatment as a child. I will share with you my examples. When I'm sick, I need to go to the doctor. I only feel better when I take medicine. The doctor knows best. Those were mine. The next step, decide if each belief is worth keeping. Half of the beliefs that we're carrying around aren't even ours. So do we need to keep them? Are they serving us? All right, on my belief worth keeping side of the worksheet, it says yes or no. And I said no for all 3. Because I know that when I'm sick, I can help myself. I have learned many, many home remedies and I use them. And I know that I don't have to take medication to feel better. I can get up and walk around, I can stretch, and it does just as good. And I know that the doctor does not always know best. We know ourselves best. Take back your power. Use it. Let your body heal itself. All right, soul-searching questions. Take as much or as little time as you need for these activities and these questions. This is your course. If you need to pause, pause. How do the beliefs about medical treatment make you feel? What memories came up when you thought of these beliefs? Pick one belief. How would your life change if you didn't believe that way anymore? All right, daily challenge. It's called, What's the Alternative? Turn hope into action. Ask for ideas for alternative or natural treatments today. Choose one medical treatment to ask for your medical provider to give you ideas for alternative or natural treatments. Now, either call your medical provider or write a note to ask about the alternative or natural treatment at your next visit. Remember, the purpose of this course is to start helping you take action today. So even if you can't call them immediately, you can always take action by writing the note and having it ready. Stick it in your wallet and stick a memo in your phone. If you don't want to write a handwritten note, I do notes in my phone on my notepad. It's amazing. It helps me so much. Use technology for your advantage. I will see you in the next video.